What's up, people? You have found the Kale Report, and I'm Scott Killian. And this week, I'm going to let you know if the Brian Van Way collection, yeah, I never heard of it either, is a KO or OK. Stick around. Welcome back to another edition of the Kale Report. I'm glad you're here. As I mentioned earlier, today's focus is going to be about a wristwatch from the Brian Van Way collection. I received this in the mail the other day and I'm excited about opening it. I want to share some pictures with you right now that shows the build process of this watch and how he kind of kept in touch with me throughout the way. I'll tell you a little bit of a story about it, then we're going to open this and check it out. First, let's talk about a small backstory. I'm not a watch connoisseur by any means. I do have a small collection, which I will show you here. And I really never wore a wristwatch that much at all. When I owned my Snap-on franchise, I thought, to me, I had kind of reached the pinnacle of my career. I had a home, a family, owned my own business. Everything was going great. So what do you do at that point? You buy Rolex. And I bought a Rolex Datejust, and it wouldn't but just a few months later when the economy tanked. So in an effort to keep my business afloat, I sold all my toys, and one of them was my Rolex. I really like the watch. I still have a desire to get one, but now I want a Datejust 2 that I really have my eye on. But through all of this, I purchased I guess you could call it a support watch, an emotional support watch. And it was, I'll go ahead and show you it. We won't go too deep into these. But it was a Bulova. And it still has the diamonds in the dial and a nice wristwatch and a good everyday watch. Very, very good everyday watch. Some of the other watches I have, obviously I've got a Fitbit. I've got the... I think this is the Ionic Adidas edition. I don't wear it as often. I've been wearing it a lot more recently because I did have a Charge 3 that finally died out on me, and I want a Charge 4, and it's something I can wear on my right wrist and still have a watch on my left wrist and it not look too bad. This is actually too big to wear one on each wrist. It just looks stupid. Another favorite of mine is the Mini Focus. I love the color scheme of this and various features here. This is a great watch too that was affordable. And then some of the things you got to watch out on when you see these watch ads at times is they may look really, really good on Facebook. They'll have them showing it wearing a pair of white gloves and over this silk pillow and things. And I've got this one, which I think is a great looking watch, and it wasn't expensive at all, and it's a Lige, L-I-G-E. The way I've got into my watches, the Bulova I've had for a while. The other two watches probably came within 6 months of each other, and I've only had them maybe a year now. So that's why I'm saying I'm not necessarily a watch connoisseur or a collector. I guess if you have 3 or 4 watches at this point, you become a collector. What I was looking at was a subscription-based watch program, and I guess as I Googled some different watches and then did reviews on them, ads started popping up on Facebook for a company called Watch Gang. The program seems great. The hang-up is what you get is what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. There's 3 levels. I'll go into that maybe in another video, but there's 3 tiers that you can get with either a monthly or quarterly subscription, and watches are sent to you. So as I was really salivating at the mouth at maybe doing this, I start doing some research and I get on, first I do is just internet reviews, and then I hop on YouTube. And I found a video review from a guy named Brandon Roberts. And something about him, what I loved about it, you can tell he's either former military, cop, or something. I've never met the guy, never talked to the guy. But watching his videos, he's got a flag in the background. He's very well-spoken and just you draws your attention in. So I thought, I'm going to listen to this. And I paid attention to his whole video. And he's talking about different watches that you could buy for what the monthly subscription is with Watch Gang, and you're getting a much better built and a better quality watch. Plus it's something you see it, you buy it. It's not that it just shows up and it's something you don't want. It's crap or garbage, as he referred to it. So he mentioned a custom build by Brian Van Way. I look him up on Facebook. His Facebook page is the Brian Van Way Collection, and reached out to him, and he's like, I've got a lot going on right now. Let me get your name and number and I'll be back in touch with you. And a few more weeks passed. Then he gets in touch with me saying that, Scott, I'm getting caught up and want to talk to you about your build. I told him that I was a Prince fan and I kind of liked the logo. So he said, all right, I can go with that. So I told him I like the logo, and blue's my favorite color. So he came back to me with the Prince logo and something purple, and I was like, well, purple is Prince's color, but not necessarily mine. I want something with kind of a blue tint to it. So he put something together and showed to me in just a very short couple of days, and I fell in love with it. I'm like, dude, I like it, let's go with it. So he starts the build, and I told him, I said, I don't know enough about watches to really go into what all I want. I know I don't want a leather bracelet, and I wanted something metal. I wanted blue to be in the color, and I wanted the logo. From there, dude, it's yours. And he started on it. 3-4 days later, I contacted him after looking through pictures on his Facebook page of things that he had built, and I seen a clear glass backing where you could see the watch works. And of course you're not going to see it when you're wearing it, but it's against your skin. But when you flip the dial over, the face over, you can see the back workings, the inner workings of the watch. I thought that was kind of neat. So I was like, hey, can I put this in there? And he never replied. So I thought, well, maybe I'm too late. We'll just see what happens. And then he started sending me some pictures, and I want to show you those pictures now. As you can see, he sent me a picture of first just the dial with it in its first steps in process, and everything's blue. And then as he continued to build it, he put the purple in where the watch hands would be for the time. Put that around there, and the lume in it and how it glows in the dark. He gave me an option of 5 different bezels to put on it, and said that with this background and the silver and purple would kind of go together. He gave me 5 options of bezels. I really couldn't decide. I narrowed it down to 2, and I'm like, hey, you pick. You're the professional here. You take a look at this and see what works best for you. In which he said, all right, I'm going to get with my wife on it. And as I told him that, I went to bed looking at these pictures that night and really was leaning toward one of the 2 that I'd showed him more than the other. And thankfully, that's the band he put on it. He worked with me, got this together, got this build done, and stayed in contact with me throughout the process. And when it was done, he actually sent me a video on Facebook Messenger showing me how to wind the watch. This is I think he called it a dual. You can wind it, or as you wear it, it winds itself. Like I said, the terminology for watches, I'm atrocious with. I just don't know them. So I want to go ahead and introduce you to the watch that came in the mail and let you see this And I'm confident from the pictures that was sent to me in the video, this will not be my only watch from him. And I don't know for sure if I don't think I want to join the watch gang. I did join some of the Facebook groups. I joined one where there's one of the little tiers that you buy and see what they get. And I joined another one that has, they're trading. So when they get a watch that they don't like, or I've not seen many cases where people got duplicates, but where they're getting a watch that they necessarily don't like, or maybe the collection's getting too big and they want to trade 2 or 3 watches for one nicer watch, or just sell off some of them. It is some decent pieces on there, but I am noticing that a lot of times when someone puts a picture up and they're trying to sell that watch, I'll look at the comments and 3 or 4 other people's like, yeah, I got the same watch. And it seems to me that Watch Gang is buying wholesale amounts of watches from a vendor or manufacturer, and then that seems to go out to a majority of people in a tier. So let's take a look at this. Very well packaged. The Brian Van Way collection. So he has pictures of builds on there that he had. He puts his email address on there and his Facebook page. This is really neat. It gives a personal touch that you're not going to get in any retail outlet whatsoever. He did tell me in the video that he sent to me that he was going to include a watch cleaner. Let's see if I can get in on this. His custom box has his signature and his logo on it. This is a wooden, almost crate with a metal hinge. Look at that. Brian Van Way Special Edition Collection. Fine scratch remover. Rub this into the glass viewing area until it gets kind of a coating on it, like a wax. Then rub it with your fiber pad here, and it will polish it back out. He even told me that if I get a deep gash in it, send it back to him, he can fix or replace things. Now obviously something like that's not going to be expected to be replaced or repaired under warranty, but that's great knowing that you buy this, you have access to it. Even the microfiber has his logo on it. So very top notch. The watch comes on a pillow, and he uses coloring on the pillow to match. And one of the other neat things that he does with his photos and brings up from his site, come back up with this, a beaded bracelet. So if you do want to accentuate the colors on your watch, you can wear a bracelet on the other arm to kind of give it off. Just a nice touch, to be honest with you. I'll get back to the watch here in a moment. The beads came in a little black velvet bag. There's an extra bezel here that came off the original housing. It is a Bostic clasp with a limited warranty. Covers it. And this is a nice metal card. It has all of the parts used for internal and the Bostic clasp, all the different parts that are used. And it says Prince BB FLD Premium Build for Scott Killian. And it has, you can see that's a super nice card. So one of the things I always look at is attention to detail. That is something that's ingrained into you in the military. How you do small things is a reflection of how you will do big things. So if this much attention to detail is in those cards, the extras, the pillow, the personal service, you know you're dealing with a professional. So let's take a look at the watch. Let's see if I can maybe get a light on it a little bit better. You can see the blue for the Prince symbol and the purple there where the hands are. And this does loom at nighttime, as you've seen from the pictures, and even the dots that are purple there loom blue. As you can see, it is a Bostic. The lighting in here is not always the best. There we go. A Bostic clasp with his logo on it. Look at the back. That is just a beautiful piece. But I've always been a Prince fan, and getting this in, I can't wait to wear it. There was in here a way to take the links out so I can fit it myself. So I'm going to look into this, and I'm excited. I can't wait to wear this. The Brian Van Way collection. Look that up on Facebook. If you want a custom piece, this guy is the man for you. So check it out. Let me know what you think. If you have a watch from the Brian Van Way collection and you're watching this, leave a comment below. I'd like to hear what you say about what your process was and your thoughts. If you haven't, check it out. If you check it out and end up getting one, come back to the video, leave a comment. I love hearing from folks. Guys, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and we're here together growing. Let's subscribe to the channel so you can stay in touch with the KO report. I'll let you know if things are a KO or just okay. And I'm telling you now, this watch, in my opinion, is going to be a KO. I am excited about it. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care.